Thank you very much, Fizi. I would want to take this early opportunity to convey greetings from the Cabinet Secretary for Education, who would have been here this morning with ourselves. The Chancellor of this university, Vicho Ratansi, the Chair of Council, Professor Mary Amwere, Council members, the Vice Chancellor, Professor Kiama Kitai, members of faculty, graduates, and parents, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I would want to thank all of us for being here this morning and to celebrate the people who are here. I don't want to say to celebrate the young people, because I know there are other age mates of mine this other side who have been earning and doing what it is that is supposed to be done. I would want also to associate myself with the chair of the Alumni Association, as already mentioned by the Vice Chancellor, being a member of the alumni. I would want to acknowledge the comments of the Vice Chancellor and also take this early opportunity to thank the Chancellor for her continued service to humanity and the contribution she has done towards young people. I say this because in my earlier part of life, I worked with her very closely when she was supporting so many young people acquire education and get a focus into the future. And you know, it is said, when you invest in human beings, when you invest in education, you do a huge investment into the future. And I would want to thank you, Chancellor, for investing into the future by investing in our young people. Finally, before I read the speech of the Cabinet Secretary, I would want to urge this university and Professor Kitai, as you provide leadership in this university, that given the status of this university as a premier institution in the region, that you do take advantage of that position to widen the scope of your strategic partnership, so that as we struggle and as we work as government to ensure that our universities are stabilized, we shall be knowing that the University of Nairobi, given its status and given its name, given its history, should not be classified with everybody else in terms of being a university that is struggling to make a future. You should be a different from the rest of us. So let me take this opportunity to read the speech of the Cabinet Secretary, Honorable Ezekiel Machoku, on this occasion of the 68th graduation ceremony of this university. I am happy to join you during this important occasion of your 68th graduation ceremony today, during the celebration of conferment of degrees and award of diplomas to over 6,000 graduates who have successfully completed their academic programs. I applaud this university for this achievement, this being, as already mentioned by the Vice Chancellor, second graduation this year. It gives us great pleasure to be part of this gathering to celebrate, and it always gives us hope that our academic institutions are fulfilling their mandate of teaching and research, and therefore being able to produce these young people and all of us today and add into the human capital that drives this country's economy. Let me begin my remarks by sending my warmest regards and congratulations to our special guests today, the graduates and their families. You may have faced many challenges as you navigated your way through the long and sometimes difficult academic journey, but you have emerged victorious, and we have a lot of faith in your capabilities because you have been prepared to be the best, and having been guided by great minds of scholars available in this premier institution. Once again, congratulations. It takes a great deal of investment and high risks to produce one qualified graduate. This university has produced more than 9,000 this year, having had a graduation ceremony in September, and in the process, making our country richer, more so in the human capital. The availability of skilled manpower to attend to the divergent needs of a modern society, including globalization, technological advancement, climate change, and a wide range of complex socio-economic issues, is one of the key pillars that we would want to accelerate the development of our country. To the staff of this esteemed institution and other stakeholders who have made this happen, we say, well done. I specifically want to commend parents, guardians, and other benefactors for the worthy investment in these young people. And as I said earlier, the biggest investment that you can put in is to invest in the future, and investing in education is an investment into the future. The government of His Excellency the President, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, emphasizes and has prioritized empowerment of young people to enable them take advantage of favorable economic and political climate to prosper into the future. Paramount to note, graduation is more than an academic tradition or a rite of passage. In many ways, it signifies new beginnings, new opportunities, and also challenges. I am aware that some of you have already assumed important roles in our society. As alumni of this university, don't forget to support your alma mater. We are calling upon all of us to be proud of our universities and get involved in addressing challenges that they may be facing. We are informed the University of Nairobi has created a special purpose vehicle or an endowment fund where we can contribute, and I urge all of us to support this university through the foundation to enhance viability and sustainability of this great university. Ladies and gentlemen, you are aware that the country is in the process of reviewing and developing a curriculum and a framework that will assist us in development of the human capital that we need in this country. And I'm happy that the President listened to the concerns and voices of the people of this country and has appointed the Presidential Working Party on Education Reform to review all aspects of education from the basic education, TVET, and universities. And you are honored as a university to have your Vice Chancellor, Professor Kiama, as a member of this Presidential Working Party. We are working with this party to ensure that the interests of all stakeholders are taken into consideration. As you may also be aware, based on an interim report of this particular party, the President guided that grade 7, 8, and 9 will be domiciled in our primary institutions. I appreciate the fact that you also gave your contribution to the Working Party, which I can assure you met part of this particular recommendation that was given to the President. And I urge you to continue to submit your recommendations to this party. And I would also want to urge you, as the academia, you know, I have been part of this journey for quite some time, that we were working on the education reforms. And I always urge ourselves, mainly from the academia, from our universities, that we are looking upon yourselves to guide us in this journey. I'm waiting for that day when one of our universities will be hosting a conference to look into the issues of education reform and challenges that come sometimes with these reforms, ways in which we can make it work better. Because, you know, you are our big brothers and sisters. And with the accumulated knowledge derived from the research that you've done and the journey that you've covered in the academia, we shall be in a better place. And as our young man was asking, in whose hands we are safe, I want to believe we shall be safe in the hands of yourself as academia to guide us through this journey that we are taking as a country. Already, from what we've seen, and I know your VC has also looked at it as a member of this particular working party, in the university and the higher education sector, one thing that is coming out so strongly from public participation is the question of governance and financing in our higher education institutions. Once again, we look forward to your leadership as our academic teams to give us solutions and guide ourselves into the future. The government is conscious of the need to make our universities sustainable, but we also urge our universities to optimize on the great potential that they have in terms of what is already with them, the assets that they have. And the biggest asset that our universities have today is yourselves as our academia, and you can be able to mobilize huge resources in research. I want to congratulate the University of Nairobi once again on your leadership and taking bold steps in initiating reforms that are geared towards enhancing both your financial needs and the stability of this great university. So we encourage you and stand with you as you continue to provide the necessary leadership and reforms that are needed by this great institution. Once again, our universities and our learning institution at whatever level, we always know that our students are our most critical resource. And more so in our universities, it is your critical asset because it is out of them that you get your biggest resource in terms of the tuition that they pay and all that they do in our universities. It is therefore imperative that you develop programs that are relevant and attractive to them so that we can be able to attract students from across the globe. I also challenge you to direct more energy in research so that you can be able to generate new knowledge. And while generating this new knowledge, you will be able to attract additional resources that will support you in managing your institution. Research is where you have a competitive advantage as a university. Finally, dear graduates, as you conclude your journey as a student, I urge you to use the knowledge that you have acquired from this great university effectively. Use it to make the world a better place. Seize all the opportunities that come your way and build a relationship and be patriotic to your country. Build relationship. That is the most important thing. It is so important that you create your networks and optimize on those networks to make yourself different and to make this country a better place to stay in. I thank you all, and once again congratulate you for having come to this level on your journey of attaining and acquiring knowledge. I wish you all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Asanteni sana. May God bless you.